So I've been trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to have this conversation about Joe Rogan, Spotify, India Ari, and this entire situation as a whole. And it's taken me a few days to really sit back and really absorb as much information about the situation as I can. And it's just gotten worse and more infuriating. And so I'm going to take the time to explain why I'm even doing this video. And then I'm going to talk about all of the details that I know so far and ask you guys to send any more details that you may have. But let's just talk about it.
I'm trying to learn from my lessons, but do I get it yet? I want to set an example, but I'm not sure I can handle all my demons. I'm thinking that I should court a vet. I fight for all respect. I'm working overtime to keep in my head. I understand I'll get the love when I'm dead, so my focus is red. Choose the black out on what's keeping me chosen. I've been the token, now the back is ahead. On my soapbox, chucking.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to Georgia, Carolina, your gated and racism-free community where we personalize culture and entertainment and then curate a conversation that's based on self-discovery and growth. I am your pop culture curator of all things inclusion and awareness, Jordan Renee, and I'm happy to have you back for another video. Okay, so this whole situation with Joe Rogan, Spotify, it's all just so painful. It's hurtful. They know that. They don't care. I'm gonna start with how I even came across this story and then kind of just go into what I've kind of seen and heard and read as the story has developed. This story initially came across my feed because India Ari was talking about how she wanted her music taken off of Spotify, right? And she was explaining how, on top of the fact of the way that artists are paid on Spotify, there's no real need for her music to be on Spotify when she's getting paid a fraction of a penny for her album sales, yet they are paying somebody like Joe Rogan millions and millions and millions of dollars for a podcast, right?
I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off. That's where I'm at.
That was enough for me to want to make a video about, because I was like, you know, we're still having these conversations about the inconsistencies of the rate of streams versus the amount paid to the artist. And as somebody who does music and has music on streaming platforms like Spotify, I wanted to know as much information as I could specifically about the industry as a whole. And then she continues on and she starts to talk about this, sorry, I just got a phone call and it threw me off. Continues in her Instagram stories and she says not only is that the case, but it's also for reasons like this.
Actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up, because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me because that's what I'm that's what I'm used to from the industry. But I'm glad that I am being heard, and for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
Like, you know,
the nigger thing.
Yes.
Saying the word nigger.
You've already said nigger.
D is just like nigger. Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy that he's a nigger and starts calling them niggers.
Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially like the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And there are niggers. Start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger and you couldn't say nigger. Else nigger.
So we know how social media can be. Things can be doctored, people are taken out of context. It's happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear, in no uncertain terms, where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it. That's right.
It was so many times that it was dropped in these clips that were put together into this one story. It was just so many times that this N-word was dropped by this man. And that gave me even more provocation to do this video, right? So I'm gathering information to do the video, and then Spotify's statement comes out. And the head of Spotify says that not only basically are we going to stand by Joe Rogan, but we're also going to leave all of the content that the people are up in arms about on the platform in order to encourage true diversity and to encourage true free speech and all of these things. This isn't a verbatim reenactment of what the statement was. This is me paraphrasing. And they understand how some people may be upset or even hurt by this decision, but they stand by it. So, in my eyes, Spotify just condoned racism. So, Spotify just condoned racism and emphasized the platform of the racist person that they're gonna put on the platform. Or leave on the platform, not even put on the platform, leave on the platform, because all of the content is still up there. And according to the statement, they said that they were gonna leave the content up there. So that leaves me to question, do people even see racism as wrong anymore? Do people even see racism as wrong anymore? Do people even see somebody blatantly, maliciously having continuous moments of disrespecting an entire community of people, and under the guise of free speech, we're not only going to stand by this person, but elevate their platform? I am so disheartened by this decision, because now you're opening up the doors for so many different angles of racism, discrimination, sexism, misogyny, xenophobia. You're opening transphobia, homophobia, all like you're just opening up the door. So is Spotify gonna be a cesspool of discrimination? Like, is this now gonna be the place to go and spout off your discriminatory rhetoric and feel safe because Spotify stands under the guise of elevating and honoring free speech? Is this the standard? Is this what's new now? Is this what is this? How many other platforms are going to take this stance? How many other people are going to sit here and take that stance, that blatantly disrespecting people, blatantly attacking people and their culture and their race with zero regard is now okay? What do you even say to that? What do you even say to that? Because now it's open season. Now it's open season, and I would love to see all of the hate that's going to be now spewed on Spotify and what things are going to come out now, because they know they're going to be able to get away with it. Hey, this is Editing Jordan. I also wanted to add in the point that this is what people of color mean when they say that white people can't be oppressed by racism and that black people or any other minority can't be racist towards white people, because anybody who can take that stance of blatantly just opening the door for all discrimination, no matter where it comes from, this is clearly representative of a race that has never been oppressed before. This is a blatant example of that fact. Okay, let's continue the video. I'm appalled by the decision. Of course I am. Because at the end of the day, you're blatantly condoning racism. And by proxy of that, you're condoning xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia. You're condoning like misogyny, sexism, ageism. You're condoning blatant discrimination under the guise of free speech. And you are saying it as if you're displaying moral character and taking moral high ground. I don't even understand how we're supposed to coexist or coincide with that. Like, I'm not one for subjecting someone to cancel culture without extending an opportunity for redemption culture, but it seems like if the person who's in question of being canceled doesn't give a damn about being canceled nor being redeemed, then what else is there to talk about? So I'm working on getting my music taken off of Spotify right now. If I can't get it taken off of Spotify, no one stream it on Spotify. I'll never promote Spotify again. I've deleted the app off my phone. I don't need to listen to Spotify to listen to my podcasts. Fine. That's okay. Swift motion cut out of my life. I'm just one person. Who knows how many people will take this stance and decide that my moral character is bigger than the desire to say something that's going to discriminate someone. My view of free speech is more elevated than that of using it as a weapon and a tool to discriminate against other people. I hope that other people take the stance of my free speech is not hate. I hope that I'm not the only person who takes the stance of I'm not going to use my free speech to discriminate and hate against people. I'm going to use my free speech to speak about equality and justice. But Spotify has made their decision. They have no regard for those things. So, you guys have heard my decision. What's yours? What are you going to do now? Because you've seen the evidence, you've heard the stories, you've heard the testimonials, and what I've said here is just a small reenactment. That was just flat to the point. Not only does Spotify and a lot of streaming services, I'm sure, underpay artists, but they are using the money that they could be distributing to artists who are actually worth the money, instead of paying them fractions of pennies, the 100 million or however much you're paying your top dog racist. Not only is that a problem, but the fact that you're not only condoning racism, but you're firmly asserting the platform. It's like, okay, not only do we not condemn racism, not only do we not, think that it's wrong enough to remove from our platform, we also subsequently stand behind any discrimination because we believe in free speech. Spotify has decided to use their platform and their right to free speech as a cover for discrimination and hate. How do you feel about that? What are you going to do about that? Personally, within your own life, we can only really look out for ourselves. So, you know, how does that make you feel? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Thank you guys for coming back to Georgia, Carolina. If you like this video, like the video. Share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all of the things. I am your pop culture coordinator of all things inclusion and awareness, Jordan Renee. And I appreciate you being here. And until next time, peace.